Happy Liberation Day, boys.
Thank you.
We got Tim Miller here.
What's up,
in
guys?
honor of Liberation Day.
It's good to be here.
Yeah. So this morning, we got what economists are calling the worst economic jobs report since the end of the pandemic. Let's hear how our friends at Newsmax are covering it.
The month of July, unemployment rate ticks up 0.1 of 1 percentage point to 4.2, 73,000 jobs created. Unemployment rate is expected, jobs a little bit below what Wall Street expected at 110,000, but I would say mostly in line with expectations.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Good.
So there we go.
Good news all around.
All right. Well, we'll have more on that throughout the day. And remember, you can always go to newsmax.com for more breaking news. Now, let's get back to the newly declassified documents and more proof of what President Trump has always said, what many conservatives always knew: Russia, 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 an election scheme of the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Oh, that's so
How
good.
great
was that?
Pretty good. Not too shabby.
So yeah, good news all around. Before we move on to the new biggest election hoax of all time, how are you guys feeling about the promised golden age?
I feel great about it.
I think it's great news if you are doing elder care for people, or if you're in the private prison industry.
That's it.
I think there's a lot of good signs there in the economic report today.
Yeah.
Also, if you are one of the top 10 best AI scientists in the world, Mark Zuckerberg is paying you a lot of money.
Right, yeah.
Outside of podcasting space, we're doing okay. Outside of that, looking not great.
No, I disagree. If you are angry about a Sydney Sweeney ad, you're having a good week. If you're angry about people angry about a Sydney Sweeney ad, you're having a good week. There's a lot
as
of
long
rage
as you're
bait.
monetizing your content.
Exactly.
As long as you're
Take
monetizing.
economy has never been better. The
that's
take
true.
economy. But we did lose 26,000 manufacturing jobs in May and June.
Might be a bummer about
if
it.
you take out the healthcare jobs, we've actually lost jobs now for 3 months. Everywhere else we've lost jobs. So it was, it was below expectations. Unemployment rate ticked up, and massive revisions the last couple months.
Yeah, they downgraded. That was a Marco Rubio conspiracy from 2024. You remember that?
yeah.
Marco was all about how Joe Biden was simultaneously experiencing dementia and rigging the economic data.
Right.
And in the economic data, his theory was that you'd see these numbers come out and people would be like, "Oh, great, it's good jobs day," and then the next month they'd be like, "Actually, it wasn't as good." And that's exactly what happened to Trump here the last 2 months. Because there are a lot of people going like, "It's kind of strange that the economy's going as good as it is with the tariffs and the uncertainty, and it doesn't make a lot of sense." You know, there were economic dork podcasters like, we don't really understand, and now 2 months later it's like, oh right, no, the numbers were just a little
Right,
bit
they just had to
bloated.
revise them down. Tommy, your boy, Steve Bannon, was on this morning, and he had a guest on, and he was like, here's the thing. Do we have one of our guys at the Bureau of Labor Statistics yet? Because I do think that is the problem where these numbers are coming from.
my God.
So we need
Get
to
Matt Boyle onto the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
we need to start cooking the books if we're going to start getting bad jobs numbers like
incredible.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
put
Natalie Winters in there. What's she doing as a co-host?
spreadsheet in the oven,
She should
turn
be
it to
doing
400.
that. Have you talked to your boy Bannon about the 15 hours of Epstein tapes he's got? Have
no.
you guys texted about that
I've
at all?
texted him some questions about Israel-specific stuff, Gaza stuff. He writes me back like 1 out of 3 times.
Okay. You guys, I don't know. Maybe he could show you what
I'd love
he's
to see
got.
the tapes.
Me too.
Well, speaking of big scandals, let's talk about that big Clinton-Russia scandal that Newsmax teased. We have a few clips of how the right-wing media is covering that this morning.
It shows Clinton campaign's then foreign policy advisor, Julianne Smith, constructed the plot, and Hillary was the one to okay it. And it says in this email, not only did HRC approve Julia's idea about Trump and Russia hackers hampering U.S. elections, but at a later date, the FBI will throw oil on the fire to let it go viral, Congressman. It's all here in one email.
Yeah, you know, Maria, this just goes to show you what America knows is that Hillary Clinton is one evil woman, just an evil woman. She's a liar, she's a cheat, and she's an evil woman. These are facts. These are facts. And if it leads to her being locked up in jail, then so be it.
John Kerry has made his account private. Peter Strzok deleted his entire X history. Are you sensing they feel the walls are closing in?
In my view, that's the only way that I can read this situation. Those who are truly innocent would not be taking those kinds of actions.
If you were truly innocent, you wouldn't be not posting as much.
I love her like Xanax brand of fascism. Like,
Only the true posters are innocent.
It's one of those things. I watched that clip yesterday because they also I had Mark Elias on the pod, and they threw him in there. He has also been not posting, so the walls might be closing in on him as well. And honestly, when I watched it, I kind of forgot for a minute that Tulsi Gabbard was the director of national intelligence, and it felt like just kind of one of the other kooky podcasts that I'm watching. And it does carry a little more gravity when you have the actual DNI saying that it does seem like John Kerry has some things to worry about.
And the FBI director, saying that this is evidence that the Clinton campaign plotted to frame President Trump.
Yeah, so, we've talked about this a little, but for those who haven't been paying attention to this one, because it is a doozy. So Kash Patel, the FBI director, he was rummaging around in the trash at the FBI office.
Literally in the burn bags.
Literally, yeah. And he found in one of the bags a few documents that Bill Barr's handpicked special prosecutor John Durham left behind all the way back in 2019, 2020. So there was just some trash left over in the office. Picked it out, found that email.
Durham must have missed something.
Durham must have missed something.
His trash.
Found the email that Maria Bartiromo was talking about that should lead Hillary Clinton right to jail. Meanwhile, Barack Obama, who was accused by the President of the United States of treason 2 weeks ago now, he's still roaming free. He hasn't been arrested. He's walking around Martha's Vineyard. He's fine. He hasn't been arrested.
Is he?
No. What's that?
Are you sure?
You don't know that.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
it's a
be
clone.
Maybe. But what do you guys know about that email that basically says the email says that the Clinton campaign cooked up this plan where they were going to tie Trump to Russia for the 2016 campaign, and that email proves it.
Yeah, I want to pull it up here. It's from Leonard Bernardo. Bernardo? I don't know.
Sure.
Do you know Leonard?
No.
Not a key player in the Hillary inner circle, as that I recall. The whole premise of this is that someone sent an email that says that Hillary masterminded a plan that we are going to fake blame Trump on the Trump on the Russia hoax to distract from my email hoax. And our hope would be that the GRU would go along with that.
Yeah, it's hard to follow. It sounds like TLDR, John Durham, determined that this email was fake. One way he did so was there's two versions of the fake email. There's a version that just has an extra sentence tacked on. Also, it used the phrasing, put more oil into the fire, which is not a thing any American would ever say.
Well, and Charlie Savage put it into translation. Charlie Savage wrote the New York Times piece about this, and it was like, how would I say add fuel to the fire in Russian? How do they say that? And sure enough, it comes out, oil on the fire.
I would also like to point out that this was supposedly an email sent on July 27th, 2016, from this HRC top advisor that we've never heard of, saying Hillary approved the plan to tie Trump to Russia to distract from the private server. FYI, that was the same day Trump went out to a press conference and said, Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you'll be rewarded mightily by our press. So I didn't think Mrs. Clinton needed a secret plan.
I'll tell you what, I don't think that was a footnote, that Trump press conference. I think we all saw that.
A lot of chum in the water. Don Jr. had already met, Don Jr., Jared Kushner, Paul Manafort, they had already met with this Russian-connected lawyer who had offered dirt on Hillary Clinton. Remember this whole scandal? Don Jr. wrote back an email, if it's what you say it, I love it, especially later in the summer.
Here's the thing. To be fair to Kash in his dumpster diving, finding this explosive email.
He's a fucking idiot. He's smooth-brained.
Right. So he did uncover something that we didn't know before, which is John Durham, in his final report, he knew about this email and this possibility and this idea of this Clinton plan intelligence, right? And he said in his final report, we just don't know if it's real or not, or but as Charlie Savage writes in the New York Times, actually the documents that Kash found show the opposite of what they're alleging. And it reveals that a foundational document for the theory was most likely stitched together by Russian spies. So what Kash revealed actually lends more evidence to the fact that it was actually Russian spies that came up with the email than anything else.
Does it not worry you at all
Kash.
that the head of the Bureau of Investigations, I mean, he was thrilled about this, and he sent I don't know,
like
1,200 character tweet about how excited they were that they uncovered this annex. They worked with Chairman Grassley on this. He's pretty sharp over there at the Senate Intelligence Committee. And this should be a step towards justice, he writes. There will be more to come. You remember Dan Bongino the other day tweeted that he saw something that shook him to his core. Maybe that was this. Maybe that was this email.
Deputy Dan.
I mean, it's pretty concerning that, like, in theory, there probably are, I don't know, bad guys out there doing plots against us that the FBI should probably be investigating.
You think the 1,000 investigators they tasked to pour through the Epstein files 24/7 only to not release them could have spent their time better somewhere else?
It feels like it to me. I mean, maybe the FBI is pointless. I don't know.
SMB over there is Delulu. You know, they got no Riz, no cap.
God.
They're just NPCs.
Yeah. Is that Labubu?
I'm just trying to.
Trying to have some Gen Z lingo over here, as he often does.
Got it.
Speaking of the redacted files,
you guys young.
we do have some more Epstein news that we should cover here. Jason Leopold at Bloomberg broke this morning. We know from news reports that Trump's name was in the Epstein files, but what hasn't been reported is that an FBI FOIA team redacted Trump's name and the names of other prominent public figures from the documents, according to 3 people familiar with the matter who are not authorized to speak with the media. So we now know that the FBI, they poured through the documents. We had reporting that, Pam Bondi briefed Trump on this, but apparently his name has just been redacted all through the files.
What more information do you need before you just assert this is a cover-up?
None.
None.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. And it feels like sometimes the Democratic politicians are a little slow to this. I keep asking them, stop with the, they were either lying then or they're lying now stuff. It's like, this is an active cover-up.
Yes.
They have there's a different report about how they have a Microsoft Share file, apparently, that listed all the times Trump was mentioned. So there is literally a Trump Epstein file that exists on Microsoft SharePoint, which feels hackable to me. I don't know.
Ghislaine Maxwell met with Trump's lawyer.
Russians, if you're listening.
Yeah, right. Ghislaine Maxwell had a meeting with Trump's lawyer, a couple of them, I think, and now she's been moved to a low-security prison.
Yeah.
Seems sketchy.
So, and
what possible reasons for that, by the way? Why would they move Ghislaine Maxwell to the minimum security prison if not for something shady like cutting a deal?
Right. She cut a deal. And her lawyer was butt buddies with the deputy attorney general. They were talking about. Did you see the clip of them
they're
him
good friends.
they're on a podcast together like us.
Really?
Yeah, they're on a podcast together. He was like, "I'll always be on your podcast. You're my BFF. You're the smartest guy." And I've never complimented you like that once.
That's crazy.
Vietor. Yeah, it's Todd Blanche and Ghislaine's lawyer. So they cut a deal. Obviously, now she gets to be in a low security prison. I don't know the redactions thing. Going back to the thousands of man hours. The point person on it quit. That's the other thing in the Bloomberg story. Within the FBI, the point person is like, "This is fucking stupid. That's crazy. I'm out. I'm retiring."
And they were defending in the Bloomberg story, when you go through documents like that, it's not uncommon to redact names of people who are not criminally charged, right?
Sure,
because you don't want to embarrass them. But I noticed this line at the last line of the Bloomberg story. It says, "Of course, Trump could agree to let his name out or sign a privacy waiver." So it's just. Yeah. Or when he and everybody else named in the files eventually dies, most of their privacy rights will disappear. So that's something.
That's something to look forward to. I do say
that's a hamburger from heaven moment right there.
Does the president have a need? Should there be a privacy? I guess I'm not a FOIA expert, but what privacy expectation would the president of the United States have? I would think none.
I would think none as well.
Yeah.
But honestly, if we had a reporter who was able to ask him that question in one of his press avails with whatever foreign leader has the misfortune to be sitting next to him, we might be able to get an answer.
And the story has changed 11 times in recent days, right? Remember, he and Epstein, the first story was they had a falling out because Trump was being sexually harassing underage women at Mar-a-Lago. Then it was allegedly a real estate deal. Now Trump is saying, "Oh, no, Jeffrey was poaching staff from me." One of them was Virginia Giuffre, one of Epstein's victims. So we now know that Virginia Giuffre was poached by Epstein in the year 2000. In 2002 is when Trump gives that creepy quote to New York Magazine about what a great guy he is and how he likes women as much as I do, many of them on the younger side. And then 2005, Trump invites Jeffrey Epstein to his wedding. So the falling out wasn't such a
Forgot
far
about the
fall.
wedding invite,
Yeah.
too. He did get the wedding invite.
Not much of a falling out.
After he...
Did you see the weird story about how Trump told the story about how his uncle taught the Unabomber, and the Unabomber is actually a good guy?
Yeah.
Well, somebody was doing some recon on this, and they think that maybe Trump is confusing his uncle with his good friend Jeffrey Epstein, who did actually encounter the Unabomber at MIT. And so it's possible that Trump, so like we were trying to figure out.
That goes
do you have any theories, Tommy?
So red-pilled.
What's in there?
So red-pilled on this.
Do you have
It's
any
crazy.
theories on what's in there?
No.
Do you think he killed himself?
No, I think Trump killed him.
Yeah.
You do?
That's what I'm going
Did you
with.
see the CBS report on you did a whole thing on this? The orange shape on the stairs and the missing minute explanation is no longer accurate.
The orange shape is a nice touch.
No. It's just like when you see
It's a
the
nice
camera
touch and it's
angle
orange.
that we've all been told proves that Epstein wasn't killed. It's like there's 8 cells that are out of frame where anyone in those cells could have killed Jeffrey Epstein. You couldn't see the stairs coming up.
I know. I will say for anyone who had to sit through Lovett and I trying to untangle that story yesterday, when you read the CBS story, it's a hard one to explain.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated because there's maps. CBS did an entire they recreated the prison cell digitally. It's way out there, but it's also quite disturbing.
That's why we appreciate our mainstream media
Yes, we
reporter
do.
colleagues. You know, they get a bad rap sometimes, but I'm not out here, creating a model of the jail cell.
Wouldn't know how to do that. Wouldn't know how to do
stairwells.
that. I guess
Yeah.
AI will do that for us at some point.
Yeah.
Our last item here, this is guest's choice.
Thank you. I had a plane flight out here to LA, and I was just working on some material.
We got Candace Owens. Candace Owens has been sued by Bridget Macron because Candace Owens has been spreading a conspiracy theory for a long time now that she is a man.
You were born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. Figure it out real quick, however you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine. For whatever reason, to phone, by the way, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it, right? That is what Discovery is for. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away, and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to Discovery. I think that we owe that to the world. Anyways, you guys, we are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Dude,
I haven't heard about
you
this.
just got
I have
40
not.
seconds.
I have not watched any of this. I have not experienced Candace Owens actually talking about
her
this.
response
She's
to a
serious.
lawsuit, a very serious defamation suit. That's her response.
Yeah.
Imagine, by the way, her medical team shows up at your house to take a sample. It's Dr. Phil, Dr. Jordan Peterson, Dr. Oz. They're like, pee in this cup. Anyway.
Brigitte, I have a lot of thoughts because I've been consuming a lot of the material on this, and I think that Candace is in big trouble from a legal standpoint. My colleague Will Summers has been working on this.
That will do great work.
And the Macrons are out for blood, so to speak. Not giving their blood, but taking financial blood. Here's the thing that I do have a little bit. And John, you've been paying attention, so maybe you don't, but a little bit of professional jealousy with Candace on this topic because she's crushing it out there in the content space. I mean, if you look at the rankings,
Chart goes up for Candace.
she's a little ahead of me in the podcast charts, a little behind you guys. Congrats. She's beaten both of us on YouTube. I mean, she's getting 1.5 million viewers a pop for 2 hours of what you just watched.
8-part podcast series.
Yeah, she is
on this topic.
Basically all she's doing over and over again is just Brigitte, show me your dick. Brigitte, dick check now. And it's the people want this. And so anyway, I've been I've been trying to think about how to get into this space.
So is she. So is Candace.
So anyway, I've been asking around some friends, and I don't know, Tom, you're a little closer to the foreign policy stuff than me, but there have been some rumors in Riyadh, and don't sue me. I don't know anything. This is not reporting. I've been hearing some things from some women. No, that MBS is intersex. Actually, the Crown Prince is intersex.
You're fucking bone sod, buddy.
He has a penis, but it might be a micro penis, and he has both vagina and micro penis. I'm not sure, but I just think about the numbers we do. If he came to America, we got out the forceps.
Look, when the Bulwark and Crooked come together, good things happen.
This is what you get.
We got to get out the forceps.
I want to take your pitch
how
on
it
board
looks.
and get it to our development team, and we should talk about it after this. Can I just quickly just explain a little bit about where Candace got this?
Yeah.
She dug up, so again, 8-part podcast series, 40-plus minutes each. Will Summer did amazing work on this over at the Bulwark. Yeah. She dug up a discredited report by a blogger from 2021 that got knocked down then. I believe the blogger, the previous job was selling essential oils, which will surprise no one.
Well,
the
don't knock essential oils. They might be a sponsor in the future.
The theory is that Brigitte Macron was born a man named Jean-Michel Trogneau, and that
Her brother.
That's the thing. Trogneau is her brother. Trogneau is a real person who lives in the world. He's 80 years old. He lives in northern France. He grew up with Brigitte. There's all sorts of photos. They had like a well-known family. He was present in public with Brigitte at Emmanuel Macron's 2 presidential inaugurations in 2017 and 2022. So this is so easily
So how does she
disproven.
contend with that?
So she says, okay, maybe she like Brigitte died at some point and she gave her brother his wish to transition sometime in his 30s.
Yeah.
She was 24 years older than Emmanuel when they met, and they did meet when she was his teacher at the school. So there's something weird there.
Yeah.
But then Candace went buck wild.
Yeah.
The new theories involve.
Brigitte is her brother.
Well, they say
Her
maybe
brother transitioned into Brigitte.
yes, but
Yes.
also the
And
other
then the other brother is a fake.
right or something like that. But,
And Macron is the child.
but they're also saying Brigitte is maybe Emmanuel's father.
Yeah.
And that there was an MK Ultra angle that they
Yeah.
were brainwashed.
I got to tell you, I did kind of doze off in the plane on the MK Ultra angle, but the father thing is true.
Okay.
Because the brother sired a child with another woman, not Brigitte,
Okay.
but then became Brigitte. So
Did you get
How
to the
many
Rothschilds part?
how
and
many
the
different
Frankists
people became
skulls?
Brigitte?
the Frankists, a lot of discussion of the Frankists.
I don't know what those are.
How many
even.
different people became Brigitte, though? The brother, the son?
No, the brother became Brigitte, but before transitioning, had a child with another woman, and that child was Emmanuel.
Oh.
And so now he's become a woman. It's kind of like a Mrs. Doubtfire situation.
But to your earlier point,
And she's dated the boy from the movie.
to Tim's point before the MBS aside, she's in deep shit. Like the Macrons have hired Claire Locke, which is the biggest, scariest defamation firm in the world. They took down Gawker,
Okay.
and they sent her like a series of emails being like, "Stop doing this. Here's where you're wrong." And she would
Like a lot of details are
mock
in there.
their emails
Yeah.
on air. She did all of these reports, and now they've sent her a like 200-page lawsuit, and she is fucked. And Candace says that the White House, Trump himself, called her to stop. It told her to stop talking about this, and she said no.
Yeah.
Can I,
Emmanuel Macron asked Trump, "It's like, will you tell your girl to stop saying my wife as a dick?"
And he's like, "I guess I'll try."
Yeah.
so she seems so certain,
Yeah.
so confident.
Yeah. So
Where do you guys think that comes from? Do you think she's just like, I'm in it now, and
I
even
don't know,
though
you're looking at me, if
even,
like,
even though there's a lawsuit, I'm
who's
just
the
gonna.
most likely to be a megalomaniac in here to be able to offer some insight?
John, you've consumed more Candace content than anyone.
I have. I can't psychoanalyze her.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how she gets out of this one. Like, I don't know. I don't know how she's gonna wriggle her way out of this one.
Well, she hit on a thing that, right? I think she mined some gold that is bullshit that allowed her to be bigoted against trans people, sow this anti-Jewish conspiracy because she works in the Rothschilds, the CIA is in there, and she found a thing that
She
was
does
working.
talk a lot about it not liking the Jews.
Yes, she's
And there
very
was
anti-Semitic.
another funny Candace quote recently was she interviewed Harvey Weinstein from jail.
Oh my God, I saw
And
this.
she was asking Harvey Weinstein, it's like, I have kind of a theory that there were some people that were after you, some money people in Hollywood, Harvey, and that's why you ended up there.
She's like, who is it?
Yeah,
Who
who
is
is it? And he wouldn't say. Then she's like, well, who bought your movies from you, or who bought your archive? And he's like, well, this company, which is run by the government of Qatar, and that company, which is run by MBS in Saudi Arabia. And you could see Candace like deflate. She was like, oh,
This is so good.
I guess it wasn't the Jews behind this one, but who knows? You know, it's like I said.
Well,
The material is strong, and so if you guys have any theories in this regard of any other people that might be kind of misrepresenting themselves in public space, we saw Don Jr.'s breasts recently.
They're nice.
that was something. That
So
was
those
something.
seem natural, though. I don't have any theories about that.
The
but,
Sydney Sweeney of MAGA world.
Not good genes.
And we-
Not good genes there. That's for sure.
Horrible
Bad
genes.
genes.
Bad genes.
Bad idea,
Not a
genes.
eugenics ad.
Well, you know what? We'll keep covering this story. We'll come back to it.
I'm
Well,
happy
as-
I did not know how ignorant you were of this story, John.
It's so fun.
I'm
I
even
am.
happier that I brought
I
it
have
to
some
the
listening to do
table.
this weekend.
Boy, do you.
All right. Well, anyway, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Wait, before we go.
I'm sorry.
I have something important.
I'm sorry.
Whenever I do Tim's show,
no.
he likes to run me through a little pop quiz. It's usually like kind of geography quiz. Who's the president of this place? Like who's the prime minister of Pakistan, stuff like that. So,
well, you have a show called Pod Save the World,
right?
Where you have a lot of expertise, and so I'm trying to learn.
That's right.
Get educated. I'd like to know who the president of Cambodia is, things of this nature.
Sure. And since you fancy yourself a political expert, I thought we could do a little political quiz.
Oh, great.
And I thought that'd be fun. So, Tim,
I thought we were going to talk about feelings at the end.
We also have feelings.
We'll do feelings.
Cool.
So you live in Louisiana. This should be easy. Who is the most senior elected official in your home state who is also a Democrat?
Troy Carter.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I would have also accepted Gerald Boudreaux, who represented District 24 in Louisiana State Ledge since 2016.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, State Ledge. I started with State Ledge.
That would have been tough. That would have been tough.
Yeah.
You're lucky there were no.
Matty Landry. Yeah. My boy Royce Duplessis is the state senator running for mayor.
Great name.
Wow.
Great name.
Okay, you're crushing this.
All right.
Name the
1 for
2
1.
U.S. senators from Ohio.
Bernie Moreno is the most recent one. He's a car dealer and has some. I'm kind of interested in his personal life, actually. There could be a Candace Owens type situation there. I think that we should go to. Now I'm being put on the spot. Who is the other fucking senator from Ohio? It's
Replaced J.D. Vance.
He replaced J.D. Vance.
Named by.
I nailed this.
Oh, he
one,
was appointed.
By
DeWine. Is it Jim Tressel?
John Husted.
Oh,
John
John
Husted.
Much less interesting.
An appointed senator is a rude one.
Well, get ready.
You got
There's
it?
only 100. Yeah, I did.
John Husted?
Get ready. Who are the 2 U.S. senators from Florida?
Rick Scott is the Skeletor. He's the one senator of Florida, and I guess he appointed. He was talking about appointing that James Othmeyer, but he ended up becoming Attorney General instead. DeSanctimonious did, and so he appointed.
I don't know this one.
He appointed a lady.
Yes.
It was a woman. And
allegedly.
She. I can't pull it.
Ashley Moody. Never in a million years.
No
would I
idea.
have
Ashley
that.
Moody.
I
should
would
have
never
had
have
that
gotten
one.
that.
That person is a senator, a U.S. senator.
All right,
Ashley Moody.
I'm going to bring in a nerd here. What was the last state to ratify the Constitution?
Oh.
The last
The
state
year
to-
was 1790.
Yeah, the year 1790. So, so it's not. We're not counting
Yeah.
It's like the original.
I don't know. I just chat
ratification.
GPT this.
The original ratification, the last state.
I'm going to give it to you.
Rhode Island's the first.
Yep.
Oh, Rhode Island's the first. I thought Rhode Island was the first.
No.
I was
Ouch.
the first to the last.
ChatGPT.
That's so close. I should have just shut up.
I wouldn't
Which
have that.
amendment lowered the voting age from 21 to 18 in 1971?
20?
Over under 20.
I think it's over 20.
26th.
Yeah.
I think you guys did quite well. Those were very hard.
Not really.
I'm proud of you. How do you feel about that quiz and also life?
I feel embarrassed about not pulling either Husted or Ashley Moody.
Is it Houston?
I guess I will say to both of them, where the fuck have you been?
What are you doing?
What
I
are you
know.
doing? You're just cool. You're just on board with Emile Beauvais, I guess, John
Right.
Husted. Like you don't want to distinguish yourself in any way.
I thought he was a DeWine guy.
Yeah,
He'd
you
probably
would
be
think
more
that Mike
moderate.
DeWine. I'm gonna start talking. I'll tell you this. I appreciate this quiz because I'm gonna start talking about John Husted. He's gonna be my new Davos Dave McCormick. Like you walk around
Davos
pretending to
Dave
be
is
a
great.
normal Republican,
Yeah.
but then you vote for the insane shit every time. Like you can't throw me one bone, John Husted.
The
You
Emile
can't-
Beauvais stuff makes me so
Right.
fucking angry.
It's insane to make
Tom
this
Tillis,
person
what are you doing?
on the third circuit. Also, nobody's mad. Like I guess I understand if you're folding over again. You are failing at your oath of office, and you're a bad person. If you endorse Tulsi or Pete Hegseth and voted to confirm them, but like there's real political pressure on you to do that, right? Like if you were the last vote that prevented Pete Hegseth from being Secretary of Defense, like people are gonna be mad at you back home. Nobody fucking except for total insane, very online people even know who Emile Beauvais is.
No one.
Like nobody was gonna be mad at you if you're like, this guy just doesn't.
He's
just
not a
pass
movement
muster.
guy.
Yeah, he doesn't pass muster
It's a
for the
DeWine
Third
guy.
Circuit.
Yeah, sorry. He's a random lawyer, and you're DeWine's guy.
Where are you at, John Husted? Where are you at?
Calling you
Show
out.
some, show some balls.
Oh, maybe Sherrod will run against him.
That'd be cool.
We would like to see that.
Yeah, we would like
Besides
to see
that, I'm
that a
doing
lot.
all right. I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah, it's I feel like we all rendering people like Andre Hernandez Romero to a gulag in El Salvador was a really, really dark day. I'm glad that wrong has been not righted, but addressed in the short term, certainly not in the long term. The Gaza stuff's been really pretty awful lately.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like they're actually doing anything meaningful to solve it. That's upsetting.
Do you worry a little bit that the people, I worry a bit, because I see this myself a little bit. We did a lot of laughing today. I like to laugh.
Me too.
But there's a lot to be pissed about. But it's hard to be pissed all the time.
Yeah.
And I just I was home. I mean, I have a lot of kind of non-political friends in Colorado. I was on vacation. I was in Europe with people who are like not that into politics. I was home with my brother and his friends like the last couple of days. And I don't know. I just anecdotally I'm picking up a sense that people are kind of like, this is just our life now.
Yeah.
These fucking crazy people are in charge and like whatever, unless there's an economic calamity or unless, we end up in a war. I guess we're sending the nuclear submarines over to Russia. Like unless we end up in a war,
2 of them,
then I'm just going to kind of like laugh at it and accept that this is kind of our world now. And like that's a little depressing to me in a certain way when I think about it.
This is how I've been feeling. I've been feeling very frustrated in that like we're all, as much as content as we're churning out every day, we're all just like yelling into the wind.
Yeah.
All of us, because there's, we have a big audience. Thank you all for listening and
appreciate
watching.
you guys.
Right.
My cousin told me he hasn't listened to a single podcast episode since November 7th. And I was like, okay, bless you.
And I think that's a lot of people now. And I'm like, how, at the time where we most need people's attention,
Right.
it's like we can't get it, and I don't know how to break that attentional barrier and to like reach some of the people who, not the people who've never paid attention to the news, but the people who used to and are just like, it's been too much, and because they and in fairness to them, they would probably say, well, it's depressing, and also what can we do, which is a great question because I mean there's a lot we can do now, but until the midterms at least.
Right.
There's not a ton to do, right?
Sure.
So it's
and that's why when America's swollest news guy Chris Cuomo says the left should shut up about the Epstein files, I say, no, you moron. Like this is the only thing that's broken through in like however many years of Trump. It's like normies are paying attention. It's reaching real people who listen to podcasts that don't talk about politics normally, and I think it's incredibly important. By the way, it's also why people watching right now should subscribe to the Bulwark on YouTube. They should subscribe to Pod Save America, because one of the challenges we have is there's a vast right-wing megaphone, especially on YouTube, of garbage content. Benny Johnson, the fastest growing YouTube channel in Q2, right?
Yeah.
2.2 million followers. And on the left, we are playing catch up. So please subscribe to the Bulwark. Subscribe to Pod Save America. For God's sake, it's free.
yeah, and you can hear more about Candace Owens' journey.
Yeah, without watching her channel.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well done.
Good to see you guys.
You too,
Good to
buddy.
see you too. Thanks for joining.
Such a pleasure.